about your crypto, boy.
What?
Not at all, not even one bit.
For real?
CEO of being unemployed.
Damn.
I got nothing left to give, no, to another crypto.
Okay, I know we had our ups and downs, but I thought we really made it. You said nobody else could get your shorts liquidated. It's bugging me, you're rugging me, you're leaving me abandoned. Had planned to give you my C phrase and get you diamond handed. You're pulling back now, guess I'm the one the joke's on. I'm down bad, feeling terrible. Go, Quan. Violets are blue, candles are red, can't get you out of my head. Told her to hold it, you know what she said?
I don't care about your crypto, boy. Not even one bit. CEO of being unemployed. I got nothing left to give, no, to another crypto, boy.
You always seem to find a way to tear things down, but this Ethereum is gonna get me out this town. You seen these tips yet? We could be so rich, but I won't take it to the moon if you don't wanna come with. I need that fast life, you making mixtapes, so please enlighten me how I'm so damn delusional. You're a musician, you work at Arby's, that's why we say.
I don't care about your crypto, boy. Not at all, not even one bit. Coin, CEO of being unemployed. I got nothing left to give, no, to another crypto, boy. So unaware, I'm even there. I tried to care about you, but there's no point. Get too in love with all your crypto, boy.
Woo! How are we? Welcome to NFT Live. We're starting some new stuff today. I got that fresh software. How you doing, guys? How you liking that new software?
Savage is lit right now, man.
I'm fired up, man. It's been a fun pre-show while we're learning this episode.
Y'all are my
Crypto
crypto
Boy.
boys.
Oh,
Y'all
that's
are my crypto boys. And that reminded me, I actually got to see that chick perform that song at VCon. Totally forgot, but yeah.
Was it as good in person?
Oh, it was so good. Yeah, just surrounded by, thousands of, total degens.
You're going to say dudes, but I'll take it.
Crypto boys. We were all feeling slightly attacked whenever she says the line CEO of unemployed.
I think my favorite part is July. I went through a couple different versions of that song, and I was like, if July's not in there, it is not making it on NFT Live. He's too good. He's too good, man. We need to get that guy to make an episode or make a song for us.
We've been trying to make that happen for a minute, actually. So we'll actually reach out here shortly. But it's been on the to-do list for a minute. July's probably not even in the space anymore, man. At this point, is he still in NFTs?
Hey, you know what? Who knows? The volume is down from 405 million like a month or two ago. Now we're at 5 million.
That was beginning of May, so May 1st, the peak, and I think that was probably around Otherside, because I think the things were already kind of trending down before that, but I think it was around Otherside. The peak volume in 24 hours on OpenSea was 405 milli. That's close to $500 million in 24 hours total volume, and more recently. We're down almost 100%, 99% to 5 million 24. But in terms of 24-hour volume on just one platform, knowing that also OpenSea has been giving up market share to other platforms, it's like there's still actually a lot of trades. And you know what? I actually just yesterday flipped a rare Pepe. So, degen's still out here. We still out here degenning, y'all. I'm still flipping shit in this horrible market.
Was this flipped for a profit, or was this are you taking tax loss harvesting?
No, I bought it for about a half of ETH, flipped it for 0.82. So
look at you.
I don't sell for losses. Like it's just like no, but rare Pepes they've been pumping. They were pumping like yesterday, and also RGB cellular what is it? RGB elementary cellular automatons on TES on FX Hash are up like 3x from where I bought it a couple weeks ago. I think I mentioned that on the show. So I'm very happy about that acquisition.
Jeez. What's up, Alien Rivers in the chat saying, ciao, lads. Nice to see y'all in the house. NFT Live today. We mentioned that we are using a new software, and the time that we were going to spend to do a bunch of the research and the layout of the show, all this stuff as far as stories are concerned, was spent just marveling at who created this. So if the show comes off a little, lacking on story flow, you know what the deal is. So anyways, guys, appreciate it. Biggie, I want to hear from you, man. What's up? What's going on this week?
Oh, man, it's all good. Best highlight of the week for me was the proof announcement. Andreessen Horowitz raised a $50 million, and just the roadmap from here till end of year. It's pretty exciting stuff for collectors with what's coming up with Project High Rise. Other than that, just like GIF, I've been degenning. I've been exploring DogeCoin, the meme coins. I don't know if any of you guys have been checking that out. I think there's some viability there. It's some really cool stuff. Check out the Doge punks. Those are hilarious.
Wait, tell me more. Is this NFTs on Doge blockchain?
Yeah,
Really?
bro. So
Wow.
basically, yeah, dude, it's insane. You have to check it out. It's like so it's like a side chain of Polygon, and you basically wrap your Doge, you bridge it over, and now DogeCoin has functionality. And as you might imagine, I think that's where that $500 million went, bro. Because if you check out that chain, it's popping off left and right. You know how it is. Tons of tokens, all kinds of NFT degen stuff going on there. But I think it's got promise, right? Dogecoin being, the prominent meme coin, still up there. And now it's got functionality. So all them degens are going to be bridging their Doge over there and playing around. Definitely think you would enjoy that, GIF.
Hell yeah. I mean, Dogecoin is still the 11th largest coin by market cap.
Right?
So, like,
Alive and kicking.
I'm excited because that's the way that I see it, is that they have this big they have this big network, they have this big market cap. They just have to add utility to it. I'm excited to hear that.
Where do I go to track this stuff? Like, where do I go to track Dogecoin NFTs? Is it just like on any tracker?
I use Deck Screener for the tokens, and then there's a couple of Telegram channels I can share with you that have all that degen stuff. It's a mind warp, dude. Like popping into those channels, it's non-stop. But it's fun. It's cool.
I didn't even know you could do anything on Doge chain, considering anything other than hold the token. That's news to me. I guess I'm behind.
Yeah, dude, that was the case until now. That's why I'm so excited about it, because finally, it's going to have functionality. And I think if you want to make the case, like right now with the merge, people are afraid that Ethereum might become way too centralized with proof of stake. You look at something like Dogecoin, which is really as decentralized as it gets. I think it's going to be like the people's chain. So
the people's chain.
Well, I think not
think
financial advice. Don't fucking come after me if you lose all your shit. But
that's an interesting point just to touch on briefly, which is like, why are people concerned about things like centralization or transaction censorship with the merge? And that's because when you move to proof of stake, so many of these nodes are actually controlled through these centralized platforms. Like, for instance, I myself have staked my ETH through Coinbase, which many other people do. And so there's like a handful of these larger platforms that actually are where the majority of that staked ETH is all being held, and those nodes are all kind of centralized.
60%.
Yeah, within those few people. And so what that does is it opens up the possibility then, and I don't know how realistic it is, but it is a real concern, that if it is too centralized, those, it's kind of like an oligarchy or whatever, right? It's like those 5 people could get together, those 5 platforms, and basically decide who can and can't operate or transact on the network. So then it becomes a transaction censorship conversation.
Well, and the fact that they're held by centralized entities, right, that have compliance and regulation attached to them,
Exactly.
Right? If OFAC or government agencies come over and said, hey, I need you to give me the info on these transactions, or freeze this or freeze that, it's a slippery slope we're on. So I think it's a valid concern. We'll see. But not with DogeCoin, bro. DogeChain is free.
We were making this point.
used.
We were making this point on GM morning show the other day. Giff, we missed you, by the way. That whole episode did not have Gifted hosting, which it had a whole nother vibe. Shout out to Jessica and Brooke who hosted that. But to Biggie's point on this DogeChain, although I'm not on it, it's like that's where some of the alpha's found, right? Like the alpha is potentially found where people aren't. When people start, like, think about how much money you're making as opposed to, well, maybe not now, but in the bull market, think about how much money we're making compared to those who don't maybe understand what's happening in blockchain tech, right? And then how much money some guys made on Solana or Polygon or all these things. That's because that's where the outsized returns are. When everybody kind of understands it, when your mom is talking about Doge, not DogeChain, but Doge, when your mom or aunt is talking about Doge, that's the time to sell because then everybody's in it. So I'm excited, man. There's probably some good returns there on DogeChain, at least, initially, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
What else have you?
Speaking of Brooke Lacey, I'm getting it. She must have heard us talking about her. Brooke's calling me right now. It's hilarious. Sorry, Brooke. You can't
trying to be on the show. Bring her in.
I'm hanging with my crypto boys. I can't be picking up phone calls.
I just had my phone ring too. I was like, better mute that. There's always something to do before the show, and you're playing around with, this new software. Forget about everything else. I'm glad Mr. Covington's just chilling. Biggie said, "Did you give your dog an edible or something?" I said, "No, he's just a good boy. He's just a good boy."
No, I asked you if he was like old as shit, and you told me he's like a year old. I've never seen a dog that's a year old that's as well behaved. I mean, he's got to be on something savage. If not, dude, I think we found your new profession during this bear market.
Dog trainer.
Yeah.
Dog whisperer. Yeah.
Oh man,
the crypto dog whisperer.
He has some wicked attachment issues. Like, I'm always home because I work from home. So if I go to a friend's house or I leave or go shopping or even just go take the trash out, he sits at the door and just begs and whines. My girlfriend has a ton of videos of like the dog sitting by the door for like 2 hours while I'm at a buddy's house. He's attached to me. That's okay. He's my boy.
Kevin the Tack Daddy's asking, did yOOtlist get their Twitter back? Any news to share there? I know that we had like this story on our topic list that we'll get to, but that was like something that happened overnight. Did they get their Twitter back? Gift, do you know anything about this?
I'm searching right now. As far as I know, not yet. Wait, I mean, it does look like DGod's NFT is back up, so maybe actually.
Breaking news on here on NFT Live.
Yeah, yOOT's NFT looks like it's back up. So there you go.
Let's go.
I guess they got it reinstated. Congratulations to all the fans. No, like there was a lot of the fans of the community, people in the community that were like really pushing the Twitter support team on Twitter, and so congrats to them. I guess they got through. They got their message across. They're spamming the shit out of the Twitter support. So there you go.
Or they knew somebody behind the scenes. It's always like somebody that knew somebody that knows somebody at Twitter, and then it just instantly gets reinstated.
I think it's interesting that it wasn't just one account taken down. I think because apparently they also took down some of the team, like not even like the official channels for like the project. They took down some of the team's Twitters as well. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. Other breaking news, by the way, season 2 of Speakeasy is on. We got the word from our lawyers. They had their episode finale last night. If you want to check this out, go to NFT Live Twitter and see Speakeasy last night. It's basically Kane Mayfield and Easy in Crypto doing some type of whose line is it anyways, but on crack scenario. Like that's the vibe of what's going on that show right now. Already re-up for season 2. So shout out Kane Mayfield, Easy in Crypto. We will kind of be working with them as we go forward to keep that show on our network kind of growing and vibing. So yeah, big shout out Kane Mayfield, big shout out Easy, and everybody that tuned in. That like you're up on the stage. Nobody knows what's going to happen, especially us.
Yeah, please donate to the legal fund because there's going to be a lot of lawsuits coming our way with this show. So
we joke about that, but shit.
No, it's amazing. It's actually amazing. It's hilarious.
We have Alien River in chat saying, "Don't fade moms. Mine was in crypto before me." Hey, mine was in crypto. She was talking about missing out on buying Bitcoin at $1,000. So let's go, OG moms. Come on, let's go.
Oh yeah.
I wish my mom was that cool. Shit. No, I'm sorry. My mom's pretty cool, but she's not like buying crypto at $75 cool.
Hey, OG moms that are out there, that'd be a sweet Twitter handle or Discord name, OG mom. But speaking of women in crypto, how's your guys' dating life going? I heard GIF was getting hit on before the show.
Yeah,
let's talk.
Not by a woman. I'm just getting started again, and it's already rough out here. In LA, we got all these modern city girls living up their city girl fantasies, and it ain't easy sometimes, but I'm having fun, just starting to dip my toes back in. I saw one of the questions was like, do you put anything about crypto on your dating profile? So I am back on the dating apps for the first time in almost 5 years. And I do have like on Bumble, I think is the only one where it asks you a question like, it's meant to be if, and I put if you're into Web3. So that's like the one place that I think I have it. Yeah, so it's meant to be if you're into Web3, ladies. There you go.
I was imagining you put like Bitcoin 2017 on there, like when you got into Bitcoin with the date.
Trying to prove some credibility there.
Just a tad.
Yeah, that's a flex. That's a flex for those who know. For the girls that really know.
For the OG crypto women.
Have you gotten any good prospects by any chance?
Out of the dating apps? No, not at all. No, it's horrible. Like most of it is in LA. It's all IG bots. It's all girls that literally just put their IGs on there. They verify their account. They put their IG handle. That's all their description is just here's my IG, and they're just in there swiping on guys, hoping that those guys go follow them on Instagram. So it's literally just farming Instagram engagement. Like that's all there is girls being this bunch of fucking IG bots in LA. It's horrible.
I smell an opportunity there for a DApp. Crypto dating DApp.
I agree. I was actually thinking about that a little bit too. There's not a really good decentralized dating app yet, is there?
No.
I'm not on the market. Girlfriend.
Same.
I think
if she's watching, which she isn't.
Yeah. One of the biggest challenges with this concept, ladies and degents, excuse me, is that it would be, 95% dudes. It would just be a sausage fest. And how do you get a bunch of women to adopt this, unless you tease that there's a bunch of crypto millionaires and billionaires on there, which there might be actually. So I think that's I don't know. How do you get women into a decentralized dating app with a sausage fest of crypto?
There's also more transparency though, right? Because you can rummage through people's wallets, right, and see exactly how much they are. It's like, oh shit, you bought this.
No, like a reputation score.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You don't even have to. Yeah. You don't even have to post your bank account anymore. You just post your public ID, your public wallet key, and they can go figure it out.
But no more of those swindlers, right?
I don't know anything about that, Biggie. Why don't you tell us all about your experiences over there? Huh?
Dude, I've been married for 4 years now, so I'm happily married. I don't deal with. Thank God, my relationship was a normal, natural one. It's rough out there these days. I understand. I'm still enthralled by the experiences that my friends tell me about. So, GIF, I'm rooting for you, and I want to hear more about it.
Let's start up a DAO for GIF. Like a that funds his like dates or something. Can we do that? Like a GIF DAO?
Yo, it is expensive as heck to date in LA, and especially yeah. So if y'all want to support me and my cause of dating and getting laid, please let's start that DAO immediately. Let's get it going.
Yo, Crypto Buffalo's in the house. Ladies want to see that proof of stake. Speaking of I don't know the best segue for this, but Vitalik's Wang came up a bunch. I think Giff said that more than like 10 times in like every hour that we were on the GM Web3 morning show. I still do not believe that's real. There's no way he's that hung. There's no way.
Well,
Bro,
you would know if you had a raging boner and you were sitting next to someone that was taking a photo. It looks like he's posing for a photo. Maybe.
He's just excited about the merge.
Yeah, I mean, come on, y'all. Just go with the better story. The better story.
That's
here
what it
is
was.
that Vitalik is massively hung. So let's just go with that narrative because that's what pumps our ETH bags. Okay. No, and honestly, the most hilarious part about it is that ETH was up like 6 or 7% because of the fucking meme of his dong. That's the best part about this whole thing. So
that's the space.
Do I actually think it's real? No, but am I going to tell everybody that it's real? Yes, because that's the story that I want to, perpetuate.
Dude, it would be great to see like fucking Vitalik start being like fucking Hugh Hefner, right? Like he touches down in LA and there's a bunch of like women like around him all the time. I mean, that's a great. Hey, if you want to market the narrative, at least, right? Like you said, I think it's brilliant. If somebody's doing that on purpose, please, more of that.
I want to go to the Ethereum mansion for sure. That would be lit.
Hey, we got Crypto Buffalo in chat saying hi. Hello, Hash Rhymes. What's up, Buffalo?
You ever see a buffalo?
In chat right now. What's up, my man?
Love to see it. Our vibe, our tribe.
Yeah, speaking of LA, can we pull up that video of GIF on the streets of LA asking about blockchain? Do we have that queued up?
Yeah. Let's go.
110 likes.
Am I even right here? Are we even here right now? Think about it. Are we even here? Think about it. You know what the craziest thing is? This already happened. Like us even talking. And the last sentence that I just said, that already happened. Which happened? That happened.
Are we in a paradox?
What? It happened.
Are we on the blockchain?
Blockchain, I don't know, are you?
Yeah. We've seen these monkey pictures, these Bored Apes selling for millions of dollars. We've seen these NFTs going crazy.
Okay. Honestly, shout out to my boys, Nelk Boys, because honestly, they actually had them on a podcast. Like, I think it was like a week or two ago, and like with Bored Apes, and I thought it was pretty dope. Like, for real. Like,
yeah, dude. All right. Give me an adjective and an animal, and I'll tell you how much I would spend on it. An adjective and an animal.
Elephant. And what's an adjective? What's an adjective again? Oh, you guys.
An adjective, bro. Just an adjective.
I'm out.
Are we living in a
Elon Musk.
Yo, first of all, shout out this dude. His name is Brock. Totally bumped into him randomly, and he went off on us for like 30 minutes, and he's an absolute legend. Hilarious. So anyway, we were just having fun in Hollywood, asking people questions like, what's an NFT? What are we living in a simulation? What's the metaverse? So we're doing a lot more of that kind of like man on the street style stuff on the Instagram, the Web3 and NFT collectors Instagram, and yeah, that was a fun one.
And it's hitting.
Are you
likes?
Yeah.
The Billy on the Street version for GIF? Is that what that is? My girlfriend
basically
told me a bunch of those videos the other day. He's so funny.
Yo, GIF has this idea that the East Coast is the weird coast. Like that's like the meme that he is trying to, in the narrative that he's trying to push. It feels like the West Coast is a little weird, if we're being honest. Like based on that video, like I think there's a weird coast out west as opposed to the East. If I had to put a vote in the chat, I think I would get that as well. I don't have the capability, but that's what
West Coast is best coast. East Coast is weird coast.
Why does the West Coast get to rhyme and the East Coast?
Because it's weird. I feel like you just answered your own question. And was that who's watching Pornhub?
That was the sound.
Is that my shit? Shit.
Windows.
Oh, dude.
It's okay. My stream deck was playing like immediately. Now it had a little bit of a delay. It's on now.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the casting couch. If you guys want to set that up.
I was gonna say, that is nifty Q. Probably that's probably the sound every time he wakes up in the morning and gets his coffee and walks into the room. That sound just plays.
Just fully naked.
Yeah.
Hey, going off like Vitalik. You got to do what you got to do. If that's what's bringing the ladies in.
More like Vital Dick. Am I right?
Sheesh. Segue. Instant segue.
How do you know what it sounds like? We got Santino asking you, GIF. That was like an immediate response, knee jerk.
I don't know. To be honest, I've never watched porn. I'm a virgin. And yeah, I don't know. It was just a guess, honestly.
That's all right. There's been a article that says the women in crypto are not feeling the crypto boys. And that's why we started with the Crypto Boys song today.
Can only imagine why.
Oh, yeah. I have so many windows open over here. I will find it. Oh, here we go.
Is it because of the smart contracts?
No, they were saying it was just because of basically your basic things, from the Bible: greed, gluttony, pride. She was saying he was essentially a, unemployed crypto bro in his 20s, and it just didn't go well.
And here I thought those were virtues.
Fake business trips with imaginary money.
What is this article? CoinDesk. I don't read CoinDesk anymore, but I can see them putting this out, I guess.
I mean, yeah, here's the thing. This is very clickbaity, and look, people are gonna surround them. They're gonna attract the energy that they put out. Let's put it that way. You can find there is definitely a lot of really weird, shady people in crypto, a lot of big egos. That's also a lot of different industries, especially in like tech and finance and big money. You can find weird psychopaths in all of these industries. I think you just attract the energy that you put out there, ladies. So I think, take more responsibility for the fact that you were dating a loser and don't just put it all on crypto. How about that?
Yeah. Or go back to the movie industry or the music industry, which has such normal, evil people, right?
Yeah, it's only us bros in crypto that are weird. I'm sure that's what it is. Have any of you had any? I guess none of us. We're none of us. How about anyone in chat? Do you guys have any experience dating anyone in crypto? How about a good story we can throw up on screen?
Tell us your worst experiences so we can talk about it publicly.
Hey,
so we could put it on the screen and dissect your life basically from one text sentence. Appreciate it.
Hey, everyone gets in 15 minutes. It's okay. We don't discriminate.
Yeah, I think we should actively try and push this show towards like The View, but for crypto, right? So just a bunch of dudes gossiping about dating stories and weird things.
We're gonna find ourselves in a CoinDesk article, I think, relatively shortly if we continue down that path.
Hey, then I can say I made it. I can die happily at that point. So
15 minutes of fame, bro.
I mean, speaking of women in crypto, did you guys know, was it Melania, the former first president? I was doing some research topic.
Wait, Melania, the first lady, not our first president.
The former first president, Melania. What did just happen?
Where I just the speaker, and we're gonna look back and be like, man, DJ Savage was on it.
I feel like your brain just broke. Yo, Savage's transition, Savage's segues are fire. Like, never disappoints with the segues.
Oh. Let's hit it, Savage. Give it to me. Let's see. What do we got? Melania's up. First president, if you guys don't know.
Oh, that's right. I was reading this article, she's been doing NFTs since like September or something like this. So she's been in the game for a hot minute. This is like an OG mom right here, OG crypto mom. But, you know, they were saying they were talking about the raid on her house. She wasn't really talking about it in this article. She was promoting her NFTs. And I guess you can just jump right over to her website and you can mint one of her NFTs. 150 bucks.
This was old news, weren't they? They basically wash traded these when they launched because nobody was buying them, right? And she's still pumping them though. That's okay? Good for her. At least she didn't totally just forget about it.
Sticking to her guns.
Yeah. The most exciting part about that article that you just pulled up to me was the Lord of the Rings Amazon show that's coming, and it also reminded me that House of the Dragon is now starting, you know, so we got some high quality, high fantasy coming back. So you know what, not on topic, but I'm still excited about it.
Have we been on topic at all? Have we been on topic as far as NFT Live is concerned? No, it's fine. Friday episodes, we're good.
I'm hungover. What do you want from me? I'm here. I showed up. Just, you know.
Hey, even early. Let's go. I love it when people show up early.
Is the Melania Trump NFT a play like on aesthetics? Is it a utility play? Is she offering any utility here, or what's happening?
I can't answer any questions.
All right.
On that one.
Okay.
I doubt there are any utilities to this NFT.
I mean, we could pull up the contract and see how many holders there actually are, right? It's not like one, like Trump's wallet or one of his kids or something.
NFT, he's like, I've got two. What are you talking about?
I've already got the Lindsay Lohan one, so I can't really talk in this scenario.
Oh no.
Maybe we'll ask chat. You think these are going to be collectibles one day? Are they going to be worth something? Are you copping a first lady's NFT?
I'll take a Paris Hilton NFT over a freaking Melania NFT any day. She's the meme queen.
Absolutely.
Paris Hilton's in this shit. Paris Hilton's an OG. Yeah, she's in this. I agree. Here.
I never thought I would have any respect for Paris Hilton, but I actually have a little bit. It's interesting how she's turned me around a little bit.
Pause.
Yeah. This conversation about Melania Trump doing NFTs has the potential to take a left turn down a really dark political path. So I'm gonna keep just gonna stay out of it.
Yeah, definitely don't want to get some people angry, right?
Yeah, all those realtors and political people out there. We gotta save our viewers, right? Let's not in the business of scaring people off.
Oh, we can we have a checklist at this point. It's Gutter Cat Gang. It's realtors. Well, I wish I had this up on my wall. Now it's Melania Trump supporters. We just can't. These people won't ever tune in ever again.
Yeah. Oh no.
Can't lose them.
Gang.
They'll click into our videos though. That's what it's about. I think Facebook nailed that a long time ago. The stuff that gets you enraged, that's the stuff you click on and put comments on, and that's what you're passionate about.
Trump and his family and his whole administration have basically been used by the entire mainstream media industry for clickbaiting over the last 5 to 6 years. So maybe we just make this thumbnail all about Melania Trump and make the headline all about Melania Trump and see how many clicks it gets. I don't know.
I will do that now.
That's a brilliant idea, Gabe.
I'm doing that mid-episode.
I'm just saying, clearly, they're a lightning rod for all kinds of attention, and that's why the media
put some clown makeup on her face.
They still Trump is well, yeah, I don't want to go down that route, but
you're taking us down that rabbit hole. You realize that?
I'm done.
Oh, current president took us down
wait,
that
can we talk
hole.
about? Can we talk about something less, bad? Can we talk about religion instead? Can we maybe sex and religion? Can we just go that way?
Religion. So, what do you want to talk about? Did you grow up Catholic? You got some stories to tell?
Let's hit the transition of the Otherside trailer. How about that?
Yeah,
we're 34 minutes in. NFTs, anybody?
Thank you.
Otherside trailer can do. Let's see if we can pull this one up over here. That's
Savage's segues are savage. Shout out Santino.
Go.
Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through.
I was satisfied.
Woo. Woo.
Last 4 seconds of that video is going to get us copyright strike. Goodbye, everybody. We're not going to be able to be on YouTube anymore here.
It was a good run. You know, Easy was supposed to go out. Instead, it's NFT Live. I mean,
It's fair.
what do you do? What do you do? We'll bring Kane in next time, so we have like an excuse for why we got kicked off. It'll be okay. We'll bring in some. I'm sure he's got great stories about dating in the metaverse.
Jesus.
He's a savage for sure. That was cool. I mean, there's a little bit more context on, you know, the whole, like, the initial trailer of how he got the, how he got the potion in the first place and accessed the other side. I don't know. It makes me, like, just keep thinking that the codas are going to be, like, key to harvesting different resources or different powers, you know, and utilities that happen, which is unfortunate because I don't have a heckin' coda. But they seem like they're a really important part to the whole other side experience.
Man, I have a whole new respect for the Yuga founders lately. I highly recommend, if anybody's got a time, to listen to the latest podcast that came out on how I built this. Brilliant. I didn't know they came from a literary background, the two founders. And, you know, looking at this trailer right now, you can really see it. Like, they are master storytellers, and the way they release different tidbits of how this world came to be. And like you said, what their functionality is going to be, it's honestly huge respect to them. It makes me want to get involved because I am not.
I did not know they were on How I Built This. I know they had that interview podcast. I guess they've done like 2 long form podcasts now with the addition of that. I'm going to definitely listen after this.
Seriously, and it's cool. It's not too heady or anything. It's just really most about like their friendship and how it came to be and how they started it. And honestly, for me, that I come from also like literary and film background, it's really exciting to see because it's a whole new gateway or opportunity for storytellers to partake. I don't think a lot of people still get that, right? Like right now they think NFTs and they think of creators as like artists or video makers or anything, but there is going to be a huge demand for master storytellers, I think, people that can really spin yarn. And these guys are on another level. So it was really cool. You'll like it.
Yeah, it's interesting, like when I was doing my undergrad, which was a long time ago at this point, but there was, you know, I took a class and like one of the buzzwords, it was all about transmedia storytelling. Transmedia storytelling was like this like big buzzword, but now it's like that is just kind of part and parcel in like what NFTs is. It's like if you're doing it right, if you're developing an IP, you're doing it across all these different platforms all at the same time, you know, connecting these different pieces to tell a larger narrative and bring it to life. through a community. Yeah, it's like this is to me transmedia storytelling at a grand level that came out of a community. It was started from the ground up. It's fascinating, man. It is really cool. So I agree with Biggie Poppins. It's cool.
If you didn't catch the tie-in there, guys that are watching at home, there was a tie-in to that initial trailer, right? The doors at the end there tied into the first trailer. This was the second official trailer that we've seen from the other side. They do a great job of showing just a little bit of information, right? Like GIF was talking about the tie-ins or the information that was dropped, barely anything, right? I think along with that video, the tweet was, we're coming in later Q4. So maybe we get another Otherside kind of like walk through or however they want to do it this time. But the last time basically was an instance they walked us through to kind of get involved. The avatars were there. We got to look at the world. We got to look at kind of the entire platform, not open world in a sense, but more instance based.
And it's cool. It's like a mini prequel, right? Like at the end, you'll have the full story. It's brilliant. It's marketing, but at the same time, it's a series. It's great. Super cool.
They do a great job of not putting out too much information where people feel let down. Like the last time we were let down, really, to GIF's point, it was around May. It was that land sale that they completely botched and completely fucked up. But other than that one instance, Yuga does a great job of keeping low expectations and over delivering. That's literally them.
And this is actually really hard to do. We talked about this after you streamed the first trip or whatever, Q. In the gaming industry, it is remarkably common for leaks to happen on big game developments, and like where there's massive teams working on these huge, highly anticipated projects. There's always leaks happening all the time. And somehow they are doing a really, really good job, to your point, about protecting the information. And so when a big new thing does happen, that excitement and that reaction is all happening in real time within the community without any spoilers kind of getting in the way of it. So I have to give them a lot of props beyond the fact, what Biggie was saying about just the quality of how they're rolling out the story with pieces and telling this bigger narrative. Just the fact that they're holding it together, and it's not just a total shit show and like leaks happening and all that is actually it's harder than you would think.
I mean, there was another big change in the industry with this whole y00ts stuff hitting the news this week. I guess I don't know a whole lot about y00ts. I was informed about it right before the show. I think GIF's got a lot of information on some y00ts stuff.
I don't know if I'd say a lot, but I got a little bit, and I'm happy to share it. So, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, before we move on to the yOOtlist, the coda piece I think is important too. They're highlighting the coda. I don't know what the floor looks like right now. I think it's like 13 or 14 ETH. I don't know what it looked like directly before that release, but I agree with you, GIF. Like the argument has been, let me pick up another D land with resources, or let me pick up another D land with a coda. It definitely feels like the coda, based on all the information they're showing, the trailer, the little information they're putting out, you definitely want to coda over some resources, although there have been a lot of people that have been siding on that other side, pun intended, with the resources, because that's going to be a very important part of earning and all these different parts that are part of the game. So we got the fucking trailer. We don't know anything about what the fuck is a coda. We still don't. And it'll continue to be that way for a little while now.
Well, we do know that they can be bosses in the game that you battle.
That's do we? I mean, that was
in the first trip. Didn't you battle a giant coda?
Yes, that happened, but I don't know if that necessarily means like this is what a coda is going to be. The codas that you have in your wallet. You know what I mean? I do agree. Like, yeah, it'll be part of the story. You're right, but as far as the codas that people have in their wallet, I don't know if that means that they're going to be bosses. But
was this big news? I before Nifty showed me this trailer before the show, I didn't even hear anything about it. Maybe it's just because I don't follow the Bored Ape community.
What was the question?
It was huge, so I didn't even know this trailer was out there. But when
I didn't either.
trailer came out for Bored Ape, it feels like everyone was talking about it. And this one, I didn't know about it until you showed it to me. So it seems like it was less hyped or something.
That was the general. I think that's the general vibe in the market, in my opinion. You know, like the first one came out again, I think prior to May, right? GIF like this. The first trailer came out prior to the other deeds launch. So I think it honestly came out like Q1 of this year. So the market was entirely different at that point. But Arclegger, who's in the community, who created H1Z1, I always get this fucking wrong. The first zombie game that turned into the battle royales. Arclegger made a great point that at the time I didn't really agree with, the fact that Otherside is like has this like outweighted, I guess, responsibility as far as it comes to NFT gaming. The more that we've gotten into the bear, the more that's become true. Because all of the other, the Star Atlases, the Alluviums, the games that we're all raising at the time and we were all kind of getting hyped around, feel like they're not going to come out for another year, maybe a little bit more. So like all of the eyes in the gaming sector, maybe the broad NFT space, are just on Otherside. Like especially in this market when the volume is what you talked about, Savage. So yeah, it's fun to see these trailers. They don't put out a lot of information, but it's still fun.
Speaking of fun, would you guys get married on the blockchain? I know we were talking about women, and we missed that topic over there because Taco Bell is letting people get married on the blockchain. I mean, that's a perfect segue, guys. Come on now, that's a perfect segue.
Bro.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Lies. Come on, guys, you got to work with me. Taco Bell wants me to get.
Look at that title.
I mean, come on.
And then add the Anamokapis.
Dude, I can just see it down the line. Like, I ruined my life for a chalupa, you know?
I might do it.
I stopped by to get some fucking chalupas, and I fucking got hitched, and now she burned my token, and I'm divorced, and she took half with it. What the hell? That's insane. That's crazy. I hope nobody does this.
You know there are going to be people lining up left and right to get married by Taco Bell. I want to know who the pastor is going to be that's actually going to perform it. Like, is it just going to be a dude in a Taco Bell?
It's going to be a chihuahua. It's going to be a chihuahua dressed as a fucking rabbi or something. It's
It is the
hilarious.
metaverse, so you could have a chihuahua doing the nuptials or whatever. I would need a lifetime supply of Mexican pizzas. Yeah, I would need a lifetime supply of cheesy gordita crunches and Mexican pizzas, and then I would absolutely find somebody. I would find one of the 10 women in the crypto space to marry me and do this with me.
Ladies, this man is on Tinder right now as we speak. Hit him up, please.
Swipe left. Swipe left. Yeah.
I'm with you on the cheesy gordita crunches. I've never had a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like I don't know. That your rep was here, and now it's here with me for
all
Mexican
the same
pizzas.
Ingredients, no matter what you order, right? I think they've got
It
like
is the
5
same.
ingredients, and they
That's
just
fair.
like compile it differently. I think
Yeah.
it's all the same.
Just different arrangements of the same thing, you know.
Where's Cake Nygaard when you need him? Talking Taco Bell.
Yeah, well, he's probably at the bakery cooking something up. You know, that's what he's usually doing.
The Friday edition, he's cooking in the kitchen. Hey, sounds like that's a winner right there, ladies. You better go hit up Cake.
I
know
do
I'm not-
spend a lot of time. Yeah, I spend a lot of time wondering what Cake Nygaard is doing. Actually, that's true.
It's fair. Savage, do you have any some like crazy segue to get us back to yOOtlist? By the way, I didn't mean to derail us on like talking codas or anything, or weddings.
We could talk about what's going on the blockchain next, and what's going on the blockchain next is gonna be guns. I mean, that's what's happening next. The guns are.
You know
moving
what?
to the blockchain.
You know what? If this actually adds more transparency and security and like a level of vetting, like I'm actually for it. If blockchain can actually help reduce the number of like crazy people just getting, you know, unregistered firearms in the US, I'm actually for this shit.
I mean, I think a lot of people think, well, according to the article, a lot of people think that if you're buying something with Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's not trackable. So a lot of people are in for a rude awakening that absolutely everything is recorded on the blockchain. But in California, I know they released all the name addresses of everyone that had a concealed carry. But if this stuff was on the blockchain from the beginning, that information wouldn't be there to share because all they would have got is just, you know, an ETH address or whatever. So it would add a little bit of security to like the crypto space. But I mean, everyone else would argue that once you're registering, that just means they know you have it and they can take it from you, which is always the case. Let's not lie to ourselves. Like, come on. The government knows what you've got. They know what you're buying.
We flirt the line with being a political podcast on these Friday episodes. I got to tell you, we're just right there on that line.
Let's go all in.
We bring the news, whatever.
It's a good time to do so.
And the news is about, you know, a lot of politics because that's what's out. It's all about clickbait, right? Like
I've always wanted to be a political pundit, so you know what? I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Well, I mean, the way the industry is going right now, you know, you can probably buy tickets to all this craziness through Dapper Labs because they are issuing NFTs for live events. And they just started this.
He's leaning into it.
That's what you got to do. Lean into these segues. You're killing it. You're killing it, bro.
I think this is brilliant, man. This is going to be a great way to onboard a bunch of people into NFTs. You know, I think it's got massive potential. I'm super pumped about it.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of Flow.
Well, so first of all, this seems very bullish for Flow. I was going to say that, but also like I've been, you know, speculating or saying, you know, that in a couple months, our parents and everybody and their mom and your grandmother is all going to be, you know, buying movie tickets and shit and not even knowing that they're, you know, using NFTs and collecting NFTs, right? So to me, it's like, this is an example of where this starts to cross over into like just the mainstream day-to-day applications that people won't even necessarily know. They're like not necessarily going to be using crypto. They may not, like there'll be probably some kind of credit card layer, you know, on top of it. It'll be super easy. They'll be able to buy the tickets and it'll be a collectible that sits in some kind of application or wallet. And they're, you know, somebody will come along one day and be like, oh, those are the NFTs. And they'll be like, what? I didn't know. What's an NFT? You know, but they'll already have them.
And all it's going to take is like for one of those NFTs to all of a sudden turn into some reward from the artist or so-and-so. And somebody sells it and makes a good amount of money. And they're like, hey, I was at that Britney Spears concert. Like, I have that ticket. Let me see if I can sell it. That's all it takes. But I think a lot of people that are diehard music fans and love to go to live music shows and collect all these ticket stubs and have them, I think it's going to be a game changer for them to be able to, and especially if they do it right? Because I'm sure we're going to see a lot of crap out there as well. But if somebody's able to do it right and really like give value back to their fans and like lift them up and reward them, which we will, man, it's a game changer.
Yeah, reward's a great piece there because I think if you laid the foundation like you guys are both talking about of like creating this so that it's there in front of these people, and then you actually have like a $5, $10, $20, let alone $100 reward, that's the incentivization to then set something up or learn about it. You know, I was on a Skylab call this morning. Shout out to Jordan Lyle and that team. They were talking about how Coinbase Earn was a great product to like onboard people. And the way that they did it was by giving a reward for actually educating yourself about a crypto token. You know what I mean? Like you have to set that up. You can't just expect, oh yeah, set up a MetaMask. Well, for what? You know, most people are going to be like, for what? So I think Ticketmaster, the Dapper stuff, I think they're slowly making great moves. And, you know, it sucks that the token's at fucking $2 when it was at 40, you know, a year ago. But yeah. I love what Flow's doing and Dapper.
Is that learn to earn? Is that what that is?
There you go.
Yeah.
If it's not, it is now.
So a quick one about the to earn fucking things. I found the craziest project this time around. Sleep to earn. So that's for all you huevones out there.
I'm sold. That's all you had to say, bro.
Sleep to earn, bro. There's a project coming out for that. And, oh, man, I can just see it, bro. All the stoners around the world. It's like, dude, I'm a whale, man.
all these
whale.
crypto boys, all these crypto boys,
Yeah.
all the CEOs of being unemployed are going to be doing everything. They'll be taking a shit to earn. They'll be making coffee to earn. They'll be drinking water. They'll be hydrating to earn. They'll be sleeping to earn. They'll be walking and moving to earn.
Sex to earn. Let's go. Set it up.
Fucking
that might
to
actually
earn.
get them out there.
Yo, fuck to earn. That's legit. I think I haven't seen dance to earn yet. I feel like that's an obvious one that should be popping off just because like all these apps already exist where like dance videos do really well. But yeah, I mean, learn to earn. I actually think it has legs too, though.
Yeah.
Don R. OVOT Lads also saying music NFTs can create a connection between fans and artists. A lot of potential there. Shout out to all you guys dropping the comments. We can pull them up on screen now, so drop them right there below. Also, while you're there, hit the like button. Hit the sub button.
It's actually funny on this topic. So yesterday, part of the reason why I'm hungover right now is because I ended up going out to an after party after this event. Yesterday, we spent all day at what I call a creative sweatshop because it's like the hottest weekend in LA of the summer, and we were in like a warehouse loft, downtown for the whole day, working in groups of different, a bunch of different creators that they brought together, curated. And they teamed us up, and it was put on by XO House and StockX and Binance, specifically the XO team and the Weeknd, his team, because he's doing this tour right now. And the whole thing was about putting together concepts and ideas for NFT related projects around the Weeknd and XO and his tour. And so we then pitched it, to the panel of judges, and the winners got tickets to his show tonight and like some other goodies and stuff like that. But the whole thing that we did yesterday was literally just like ideate and then pitch ideas for music, NFTs, and utilities.
What was the winning idea?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what the winning idea was, but I know Dong Lee won. I know she was on the winning team. I got to meet the potato god herself. Dong Lee, shout out Dong Lee, you're dope. Friend, been friends online. It's always my favorite thing is when I get to meet people that I've been like hanging out with on Clubhouse or Spaces for a year or something in real life for the first time. So that was cool.
How do their faces match up to their avatar? You ever been like blown away? Something doesn't match up, totally different?
Yeah, well, I keep my expectations low. That's the secret to happiness, ladies and gentlemen. Always keep your expectations very low. So I don't really go into it with some any sort of idea. It's just always new and fresh and exciting to see what's behind the PFP.
What Gift just said was that he expects everybody in this space to be ugly. Shout out to Easy and Crypto in the house too. Happy Lads Day. Welcome to all. We're just all ugly in this space until we can make a little money, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you just gotta own your deficiencies. That's kind of is what it is. Talking about awesome segues and the ugly in
there we go. This was actually good. That was a good segue.
MetaMask has a new warning out right now for a security issue, and they're telling everyone to make sure you go update your MetaMask software or whatever, so that you're not getting caught and not losing any of that crypto.
Yo, I heard this was fake. I heard this was a scam. Is that? Are you sure that's?
Are we reporting
we're part of the scam?
Oh no! One.
Forget that.
Hold on. Drop that in the private chat, Savage, so I can confirm, because I did get this message earlier that MetaMask I guess this is being like shared around and it might be fake. Let me check it out.
I mean, if it's an update, it comes from MetaMask. I don't know. I had this on the storyboard before the show, so I thought it was cleared. I guess not. That's the way it goes.
But definitely the way to move in this space with all this type of stuff is just to assume everything is a scam until proven otherwise, right? Just like double, triple, quadruple check with your homies, with your people, with the website, with everything before you make any freaking moves or sign any transactions.
Yeah, stop into NFT Live. Make sure you get the most updated news. Look at me. I'm learning right here on NFT Live with everyone. This might be a scam, so Careful
we
out
will
there.
find
Those
we will
bags.
find the culprit. We will find the culprit who put that into our programming, and that intern is getting fired for sure. There is an intern getting fired today. Rest assured.
So apparently the blog-metamask.io, the blog portion, the BL, it's a capital I. So which is like standard,
Classic.
Yeah, classic. Change the wording on this to make it so someone clicks it and loses all their NFTs. So we actually saved all of you. If you were gonna click on this, we put it in our secret chat. We didn't put this out. Oh, is it in the description?
It might be. It's probably is. You can go edit right now.
Let's end this shit now so we can go edit that.
All right. Well, with all that money you're saving, since you're not losing your wallet, there's a 3090 graphics card out there, basically half off and $940. This blew my mind this morning when I was researching. It really gives me FOMO to go buy another graphics card because like saving $1,000 on a graphics card is absolutely insane. And it would run NFT Live so much better if I had this monster in my computer. So hey, you looking to donate to DJ Savage? We just saved you guys a whole bunch of money today. I mean, come on. Just send it right to me.
Do you have an ENS, Savage?
Yep, DJ Savage 55.eth.
Nice.
I've also got .crypto and a couple other ones, but
do you have .tez?
Oh,
no.
Shut it off.
I've been watching all your stuff on Tez. I did go make a wallet and I've been playing around over there, but I've not actually bought anything. I think that's just kind of the sentiment in the market right now. I just kind of holding bags, got the mortgage coming up we might have to pay for. And if ETH takes a dump and goes to nothing, I mean,
That's fair. That sums up today's episode right there. That's
plan for the worst. Yeah, had a plan for the worst.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to touch upon a little bit about the Utes and what you guys think about it. I know DGods, the project itself has been, I think it's doubled since it was at like 280, 290. I think it was as low as it got. And now with the Utes, we've seen like this huge FOMO, lots of people applying. I see it as like a new onboarding mechanism, right? Before, it was usually botted. People were spending all this gas nonsense, just to get into a project. So we came up with yOOtlist. Then we found out how those were, gamed as well and weren't as efficient. And so now I think we've gotten down to like the brass tacks, right? Which is onboarding people selectively, right? Like through application process. I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? I think in a way it's smart because you get to curate your audience and maybe ensure a lot less flipping. It produces good marketing for other people. On the other hand, I don't know. Like I think a lot of people are turned off by it, right? And they do not want to. It's very kind of like 2.0. It's kind of like you're applying for a job, or it's like pick me. What do you guys think about it? I don't even know what it's about.
I have a lot to say on it, so if anybody else wants to comment first before I jump in, go ahead.
Do it up, Kev.
I do think the narrative of creating these discords and these groups around, like, I wouldn't say high net worth individuals, but like high value influencers, and then token gating that is definitely like a narrative you're going to see more and more. And it's already done that with Proof. I mean, Biggie, about that ecosystem more than we do. But I do think that will continue, into the future. But go ahead, Gif.
Yeah, you mentioned Proof. I think part of this is coming as like sort of a response / emulation of trying to recreate what they have. I also think, though, it's just a response to the lack of quality in general within most of these communities. And so what I'm very excited, because, okay, if we just take a step back, what we've seen over the last year and a half, going on 2 years in the NFT space is really crazy, unprecedented scale and speed of like people jumping in, a bunch of projects all being created, thrown around, everybody getting into a million different things. And so it's like what that's done is that there's very little loyalty in most of these projects. Most people don't actually care or invest any time in the communities. They just jump to whichever one is hot, from day to day. Flippers getting, most of the attention. And that's really not what, that's not what Nifty Castle was about. We did this organically ourselves by like high touch one-to-one relationships and bringing people in organically. And what this does is it ensures that at least when you start and you launch, you have a very, very high quality, valuable community, and then build that social graph off of that, similar to what Clubhouse did and why that was so impactful. So I'm actually very bullish on this strategy for creating more long-term value with projects. Whether or not they're going to launch or get the same volume out of the gate, if they can actually consistently execute on the strategy of bringing in new people that are high value, I'm very bullish on this. And this is why. As bastardized as community, and the term community, as much as it's thrown around in the space, the reason why it became like a sort of negative, or like everybody kind of like, laughed at it for a while, is because of what I was just talking about. And that's that, like, everything scaled so quickly. There was a million different things, and the attention to the quality of the community and the people that you were letting in wasn't there. So community was just bullshit. Everyone was throwing around community, but nobody was actually creating a really good community. The community, though, I would argue, is actually the primary utility of most of these NFT projects. And what I mean is that, like, you can slap a bunch of different things on top of it and say, oh, you can do this, these are utilities, XYZ. But if the community itself is not valuable, is not dope, is not a bunch of people that you want to hang out with, you don't vibe there, you don't connect, you don't build relationships, all that other shit doesn't really matter that much. It's kind of like the art, right? So you're starting with the foundational layer of a high value community that you want to be in, that you want to invest your time in and actually build that shit. And so, yeah, I think the community is still ultimately one of the primary utilities of any NFT project. And so I'm bullish on projects that put a little bit more time, energy, and attention and intention early on into establishing a very, very high value community. Now, it could go wrong because you could do it different ways. So Nifty Q, you mentioned, like, one of the ways that people are already doing this is they're basically just letting in people that have a bunch of social media followers. That's not really, I think, the best way to ensure that it's high value, because you can just get a bunch of shitty influencers that don't care. But I think that the idea of vetting people in and having some kind of system has merit.
That feels like a little analogous to airdropping an NFT to an influencer, right? Like, doesn't that kind of feel the same way? Like, oh, come into our community, we airdropped you an NFT, and then try to see if that gets a little bit of traction on marketing side. But go ahead, Biggie, talk on what Gift just said.
No, I totally agree with you too, and I think, like, it's so. From what I've gathered, Youth is about it's trying to curate a group of builders, right? They're trying to be an incubator of new projects and new products, right? And we saw this, like, earlier on with Chris Cantino's awesome project called Pop CPG. Very high mint price. People went into it, and then everybody got pissed because the floor didn't pump. It actually crashed. It's like less than half right now, right? And the people that stayed are, like, very committed long-term builders, right? But out of, like, I don't forget how many it was, like 5,000 or whatever, NFTs that they minted. I mean, how many of those are really committed to building at the moment, right? That's a problem, because, like, a lot of these people in the youths that have applied, they may have the qualifications, right? The background. And I mean, it's not like anybody's calling, right, for sources or anything. But regardless, let's assume that they're all very highly qualified people, but they're all, like you said, Gift, part of different communities. And we only have 24 hours in a day. So where are you going to commit all that time to building, right? That's one of the reasons why I, as much as I saw the FOMO coming in, you see it, right, with DGOTs, right? I mean, if you really wanted to be a part of it and you've got the money, circumvent the whole youth thing and just go into DGOTs, and you're at the top of the food chain, right? And we saw it. The run-up is, like, what are they at? Like 580 SOL right now or something like that. And I just wonder if how many of these people, even the ones that are applying and have the qualifications, are actually committed and really want to be a part of the community and build, and how much of them are we going to see flip for a profit the minute these things come out? It'll be interesting. I think it's a great attempt what they're doing, but I am concerned that once again, there's a lot of people with, like you were saying, Gift, too many expectations, and I think like the communities that are really building and doing stuff and jiving are going to be the ones that thrive coming out of this bear market. And you can tell because they remain there for a long time, right?
And you're right. Like, it's going to be interesting to see like what percentage of the people that get accepted through the application process flip. You should always have that option, right? If you earned your place in it, you should have the option to flip. But I think the fact that you went through this process, you're already more invested in that community and its success either way. So I think there will be a much higher retention rate. And I think, Don R., I wanted to highlight that comment. Community is different than attention. Community lasts, attention is momentary. And what it makes me think of is that, you've seen a lot of these projects, these Discords pop up overnight, and then they have 100,000 users in the Discord, like within the first week that they establish it. A lot of that is bots. Sometimes there's actual hype there. But when you get that like quick pump and momentary spike, like you might sell out a project or whatever, you might have a ton of people, in your Discord, but that's not the same thing as community, right? That's not a real community. Most of those people are just there to flip. They don't give a shit. And then the next week they're onto the next Discord and whatever's popular, right? So just because you get a whole bunch of people in a Discord does not mean you actually have a community at all. And that's what we've been seeing. So people call it community. And that's why, again, back to like, why did community kind of become like a gross word? It became so bastardized because people would just throw it around left and right and be like, yo, we've got the sickest community because we just pumped our fucking shit up and we got, these vanity metrics of tons of followers. That's not a community. Doesn't mean shit.
There's so many different talking points that you guys are hitting on, which is cool. Like seeing this new model, but like kind of regurgitated in a new way. It's almost like an evolution of different models put together, and we kind of move on to that next one. There was this type of model that happened in the social token space as well, but it keeps fucking eluding me. There was this there was this community that kind of got put together, and at the time it was a very social token-esque, environment. There weren't NFTs around at all.
So you think of a Seed Club?
It wasn't Seed Club. I'm trying to really wrap my mind around what community this was.
Friends with Benefits.
It might have been FWB. FWB is a great example. They did this already with social tokens. They created this curated community and then made it so that you had to have enough to ERC20 tokens to get in, right? Like that was basically that situation.
And even if you have them, you have to apply. Like,
exactly.
Just because you have them doesn't mean you get access to community. You still have to apply, which I think it's smart. But at the same time, I'm just curious about how much engagement or people like you're really onboarding to take part, right? Versus just want to flip.
I feel like the whole atmosphere ruined a lot of our community because people were jumping into so many different free mints. Some of them had Discord, some of them didn't. And when that whole time came in our space, I feel like I watched all of my Discords lose just tons of people because they're in so many other free mint projects trying to, flip stuff. And I feel like it really hurt the communities that really have something to offer.
And maybe, talking about that here, like down the line, we will probably see some form of like time in community metric or how often you vote on your snapshots in the communities that you're a part of to see what kind of a member you are, right? Like, it's like if you were there from the beginning, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I was in such and such community since the beginning. Yeah, but you flipped like a month afterwards, right? And you never voted on anything. Well, what does that say, right? They should be implemented. I think it's great. It's like just a new way of experimenting and onboarding quality people. But what you're looking for there, a key word is quality.
Yeah, it's so on the scalability topic, like you might not scale as quickly or to the same level, but it is a focus on quality over quantity. And that's, to your point about, everybody just jumping from Discord to Discord, oh, free mints everywhere, like blah, blah, blah. It's like most of that shit's junk. I've got, burner wallets. I think I was showing you, Savage. I've got burner wallets full of junk, just free mints that are absolutely worthless crap. It's just, that's all a bunch of quantity. And like most of that shit is never going to be worth anything. It's just absolute junk. And so this is a way to return, to a focus on quality over quantity. Which, you know, it's again, like to Biggie's point, right? It's like we don't have that much time. We can't be in a million different servers every day. So I'm going to be very selective about where I'm spending that time and in which servers I do it. And so if that community is legit, if it's full of people that are valuable, that are actually building, that actually give a shit about that project and that community, that's where I'm going to want to spend my time.
Lads, baby.
Speaking of solid communities, you gotta jump in the Discord and join us inside LADZ City. That's the quality community right there. That's the very first NFT community I jumped into. You know, watching Nifty right here on YouTube, and I was like, man, that is the spot right there. And I've been here ever since. So I mean, I think it's about finding projects that you really vibe with. And, you know, if that happens to be, you know, Bored Ape or whatever, and that's where you start to call home, you know, so be it. But, you know, for me, it was LADZ City.
Yeah. I mean, one of the narratives that we played on heavily at the beginning was we weren't offering any type of incentive to do that, right? Like to come in Savage, like we weren't promising anything.
Nope.
We experimented with dropping social tokens and streams and things like this, which I think we learned lessons from. But at the time, it wasn't like, oh, you're coming in to get something. It was like, no, you're just here, and then maybe we'll do something down the line. So Easy and Crypto saying LOL's free mints of shit. Machiavelli saying OVOT motherfuckers. So guys, we're about to end the episode here. We've been running for about an hour 15. I do want to continue to have this conversation around the free mint stuff, though, right? Because there's a lot of benefits. You guys mentioned all of the benefits, I think, spectacularly. One of the benefits that you don't get right off the bat is that initial liquidity to spend on scaling the project, right? Like if you don't have a free mint, and I also do think free mints are a product of a bear market, right? When in a bull market, people will be spending a lot more money. They will be okay kind of spending that amount of tokens. Or spending that amount of ETH. In a bear market, they might not. So then you actually move to the free mint, you know, organically. And I think that is a product of our market. But at the same time, you're losing the ability to have that kind of nest egg to grow your company. So I'm interested in what you guys think. Is the free mint just going to be the standard even when we see that bull cycle return? Because I mean, go ahead.
I think free mints are done. That whole time feels like it's already over.
Some people are going to still do free mints. I have seen people doing like really low mints also, like 0.008 or something like really, really low. But also I'm starting to see, again, more of a focus on quality. Like the Stoics, Gabe Weiss's project is about to drop, you know, and he's dropping it closer to a 0.08, 0.09. You know what I mean? Yeah. WAGMI United, like the high quality projects are still going to be able to demand, you know, some kind of mint price and get that. I think if you're pumping shit or something that doesn't have any real like thought or, you know, limited effort behind it, then yeah, you're going to have a hard time getting people to spend a bunch of money at this point.
So WAGMI was an example of a project that I think it was like 0.25 or something. I don't know.
That was a little bit overpriced and too much supply. Yeah, that was a little bit overpriced, but they still sold like, you know, Biggie, what did they sell? They sold 10 or 11,000 of them. I mean, they still sold almost 90%.
Like three quarters or 80% of it. Yeah. And I mean, you have a roadmap, you have legit people that are doxed, that are in this space. I mean, and I think like with the free mints, what was it? The one that's recently like blown up, like Digital Daikus or something, like BC backed and everything, right? Stealth Mint. I don't know if it was free, but you know, I mean, they don't need to rely on that secondary, you know, on the royalties and secondary volume, right? Like they're fine. But yeah, to your point, I think these free mints, I mean, we all know call them what they are, right? They're fucking shit coins with fucking pictures on them, right? And we're just trading them. Like I was talking about like Doge chain a little while ago. I don't think, I mean, God knows, maybe like a Doge punk becomes like the new punks. Doubtful, but hey, I'm having fun.
So here's the analogy though, like let's talk about gaming, right? Like gaming moved from a point where you were paying to play $60 a game. You remember doing that growing up. That completely doesn't exist anymore. I mean, they still have Steam, they still have like FIFA you have to buy. Obviously, if you're like into those popular games, it's still are purchased and pay to play, but most are free to play. And at the first kind of onset of that type of game, intense backlash. You know, so it's a free to play and then charge for aesthetics, charge for other things. That's how they make their money now.
Those are live service models, right? Where they're just continually updating and providing new content and different DLCs and downloads and experiences. And so they get you into the world, into the economy. They onboard you with a free version, and then they upsell you on all the actual interesting things, all the perks and all the shit, right? Yeah, I mean that's I think a totally valid model to be testing with NFTs.
And on occasion, they will hit on like a meme powerhouse, right? Like something like goblins or stuff like where the community rallies behind it and makes it so. But how you fabricate that, nobody has been able to crack that code to this day, right? It's just something you take a shot at, and if it works, great, you know.
Don R out in chat saying, great discussion today. We appreciate you hanging out with us inside chat today while we're trying out the new software. OVOT. Happy Lads Day, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, and one quick thing. I saw Don ask the question about .eth and .crypto domains. I'm bullish on crypto domains. However, I think like the .eth, .tez, .sol is, I mean, highly dependent on how popular that chain will be, right? Or whether or not it will survive. I think the best place for domains right now, and I keep on saying it, I'm shilling it because I freaking love it. It's called Namebase. You know, check it out. They're really, really, really cool because you're actually bidding on the root word, right? So whether it's, I think like one of the guys that has been doing really well with it is the guy that bought Badass, and so he can sell .badass domains for everything. And so you're basically buying the root domain, and it's a company that's again fully doxed. The handshake is their token. They're a fork from Bitcoin, VC backed, and like I think Namecheap like just bought into a big chunk of their company this year. So when it comes to domains, that's usually where I go to first.
I like my .eth domain. I mean, I bought one initially just because I didn't want someone else to have it. We got half in chat saying Gabriel, someone is bringing free to own. He says, I don't know anything about this. Do any of you guys know something about this? Gabriel individual.
Oh yeah.
Ash bringing that alpha over here.
Shout out to Machiavelli Mutant Jersey Maxi. I gotta bust mine out here, Gif. You can't be showing us up with your jersey, man.
Oh, see, I was wondering what that was. I was like, what that comment
every time I come on the show wearing it, I'm worried that you're gonna also be wearing it, Q. So I'm glad that, today wasn't that day.
I'm gonna catch you like midstream. I'm gonna pull one of these. I'll just be like off stream for a second, come right back.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, it was definitely fun hanging out with everybody today. Maybe we're living in a simulation like Gif's guy over here says, but we'll find out. Maybe we'll play us out to Gif's Instagram one more time. We'll give a OVOT to everyone in chat. Make sure to like and share the episode. Join us in the Discord, and we will see you guys next time. Let's
Later,
go,
y'all. I rob our tribe. Whoa.
Oh, shutting off my camera.
Yo, shout out to Savage. Best segues of all time. Literally
Best
on YouTube.
Segues of all time.
All right.
That's what she said.
Took a little bit, but we got there.
I'm about. You know what the craziest thing is? This already happened. Like us even talking, and the last sentence that I just said that already happened. Which happened? That happened. Are we in a paradox,
dude?
What? It happened. Are we in? Are we on the blockchain? Blockchain. I don't know. Are you?
Yeah, we've seen these monkey pictures, these Bored Apes selling for millions of dollars. We've seen these NFTs going crazy.
Okay. Hey, honestly, shout out to my boys, Nelk Boys, because honestly, they actually had them on a podcast. Like, I think it was like a week or two ago, and like with Bored Apes, I thought it was pretty dope. Like, for real. Like, yeah.
Yeah, dude. All right. Give me an adjective and an animal, and I'll tell you how much I would spend on it. An adjective and an animal.
Elephant and what's an adjective? What's adjective again? Oh, you guys, you knew you guys.
An adjective, bro. Just an adjective.